Hey family, on November 20th through December 1st, 2022, we will have the all-inclusive Kenya trip. Now, a lot of times people have said, hey, Phil, when's the next trip we'd like to go? I want to see Africa for myself, but this is the time to go. Everything will be taken care of. All excursions are paid. You can do monthly payments. You know, they'll have safari and a 6-city tour. You will see Chali Island, which is something that we did not see last time on the tour. This tour will be 12 days instead of 7 days. So make sure to secure your place on the trip by going to www.wbsvs.com, make your deposit, and then you can start making your payments, and we'll see you in Kenya. So a Tennessee district attorney and judge involved in the Pamela Moses voting fraud conviction are facing what people are calling karma after dropping, the hammer on the black woman for the state's error. So District Attorney General Amy Weirich, a Republican, lost her re-election bid to her Democratic challenger and criminal court judge Mark Ward was unseated on August the 4th. Weirich prosecuted Moses after she tried to register to vote in 2019 after receiving the green light from a probation officer. Weirich reportedly withheld the evidence from Moses' defense lawyer and argued that the woman, who had been previously convicted for other crimes, registered illegally on purpose. Now, Ward sentenced Moses in January to more than 6 years in prison as a result. In the Tennessee Department of Corrections internal email found by, The Guardian, showed that officials were aware of the error. Ward overturned Moses' conviction in late February, and Weirich dropped the charges in April. Now, Weirich did not apologize to Moses. Instead, said the 82 days Moses spent incarcerated was sufficient. Now, Moses was a Black Lives Matter activist and said her conviction was a scare tactic to stop other people who have been convicted of crimes from voting. Former convicted felons can get their voting rights restored in Tennessee, but Moses' tampering with evidence charge is an offense that permanently bans a person from voting in the state. Now, Moses says she was unaware of the exception. When she went to the probation office to get the required clearance document to register. A manager there told Moses her probation was over and gave her the certified form. Now, Moses was convicted for perjury, on a registration form in November and sentenced on January 31st. Now, Ward, which is the judge, accused Moses of tricking probation officials into giving her the document. His opponent defeated him by just 167 votes. Democrat Steve Mulroy beat Weirich 56% to 44%. Weirich was the first elected district attorney in 2011. Criminal justice reformers in Memphis, believe the changing of the guard will bring positive change to the judicial system. Now, I will say this. People that actually went out and vote and got those two out, that is the right way to do that. Listen, just blind voting or just voting because of a party, you're not voting for anything. You just, just a thing to do. Let's vote for one particular party, and we know what that party is in the black community. That's wrong. That's completely wrong. If no one is giving you anything, or you're not voting to get people out. Look at the situation with Trump and Liz Cheney. Trump had 10 people on his hit list that he wanted to get out of office through voting. And Trump got about 8 of them out, including Liz Cheney. And that's one of the main ones he wanted to get out. Boy, she got creamed last week. This woman didn't even get out the primary. That's how bad it was for her. And Trump was going after her in all this time. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the way you should be. If someone crossed you, you should be like, okay, when you come up for re-election, we're going to come and get you out of there because you're not going to be there. That's what you have to be registered to vote to do that. I don't have an issue with voting. I really don't. But we need to have targeted voting as black people. Any district attorney do us wrong, we need to all vote to get them out. Any sheriff do us wrong, we need to vote to get them out. Any judge that's doing us wrong, we need to vote to get them out. Your mayor, you can vote them out. Your city council, you can vote them out. It's a lot of people. Your county commissioners, all these people, they are elected positions that you can get these people out. There's no way a person should be sitting there 20 and 30 years in one particular political position and doing you wrong. Because that's call it what it is. It falls back on the people at that point. Like the reason why you got this screwed up DA, screwed up sheriff, judges and all that, because you don't go out there and target them and say, hey, we're going to get that individual out or those individuals out and tell them we going to get you out. When they get out, that's going to send a message to any politician that say, if you come in here and don't do what we want you to do, then you out of here. Because I don't understand, well, y'all don't realize that politicians are supposed to work for you. But it's like the way they act like you work for them or something. No, that's not the way that works. The people need to take their power back in this country and start using their power to vote to get these people out. And if you don't have a politician that you feel like you can vote for, you also have the right to sit it out. You have a right to do that. But your local elections affect you way more than the presidential or anything else. Now, continuing to say, Shelby County faced scrutiny, say, from the U.S. Department of Justice for violating the rights of black children between 2012 and 2018. Federal investigators said they found the district attorney's policies were a toxic combination for black American youth. They say criminal justice advocates have also criticized Woodridge office and say for trying juveniles as adults, using cash bail, and the lack of diversity among staff. Well, she's gone now. And don't let no one like her come back in there ever again. And you tell the next district attorney, if you don't fly right, if you don't do right, you out of here too. We watching you. And that's the way we have to be, folks. That's just the way we have to be. Politicians work for you. You don't work for them. Their job is only predicated based off what they do for the people or what they not doing for the people. This name recognition thing that I keep hearing about, this popularity contest that happens definitely, in the black community. Because like I was told, the reason why we still have Sheila Jackson Lee as a representative is because she does something for the right people, and she shows up all over the place. And with a lot of black people, and what I was told about Sheila Jackson Lee is a lot of the older people just vote for her, and Al Green. When you have a lot of younger people, could be running. Like, beyond which, I'm not gonna lie, I'll say it publicly. I would love for Dr. Candace Matthews to run in Sheila's position and get Sheila's seat. I'll be honest with you, I would love to see that. Because I know Dr. Candace Matthews, she'll do right in that position. I know she's gonna speak up. Well, they wouldn't want to see her coming up there to Washington. I know that much. I would love to see that with her. I hope she do consider running one day and get Sheila's seat. Because she's respected here in Houston, so she definitely would have my vote for sure. But, let me know what y'all think, about this particular story here. That's good that people got those people out. That is a lesson and this same thing happened in Ferguson too. Remember, they got the district attorney out and all these different people out, after the situation with Michael Brown. People can actually get rid of politicians. You can, but you got to register to vote. And like, Julius Malema said, he said, if you're not registered to vote, what's the point of you being in the EFF? We have to be politically engaged. Everybody should be registered to vote. I agree with that. Everyone should have a driver's license. Everyone should have a passport. And everyone should have a way to protect themselves in their home. Period. That's 4 things you need to all have as a minimum living in the United States of America. Join PCTechForum.net is a new site. We'll be discussing everything related to tech news. They'll be discussing the latest processors, graphic cards, laptops, hard drives, computer cases. They also have a section for pre-built PCs and custom-built PCs, and also a PC straight from the manufacturer. They also be discussing the operating systems and how to troubleshoot them. Last but not least, they'll also be discussing the latest games and business. The site is brand new, so people will join for the first time on there. So come and sign up today at PCTechForum.net.